Hi, my name's Professor Silver, and you're watching Pokemon Explained, where we focus on the narrative arcs of all our favorite characters from the Pokemon anime. In today's class, we'll break down the complete history of Ash's Snorlax, detailing all its battles, storylines, and character development. Before meeting Ash, Snorlax threatened the livelihood of the workers who lived on the 7 Grapefruit Islands by swimming from island to island and eating all their grapefruit.
That didn't work too well.
Ash tried to help the workers by using Bulbasaur to stop it, but Snorlax brushed off Vine Whip, used Razor Leaf to prep its lunch, and flattened Bulbasaur with Body Slam. After eating all the first island's grapefruit, Snorlax Blubberfly stroked to the second, where Ash followed it with Lapras. As soon as Snorlax arrived, it ate Team Rocket's stolen grapefruit, impelling them to join forces with Ash to get their revenge. Despite the team-up, Snorlax squashed Squirtle, deflected Misty's Staryu, tried to eat her Goldeen, Body Slammed Jesse's Arbok, used Jesse's Lickitung like a napkin, and crushed James's Victreebel. Since Snorlax proved too powerful, the two trios focused on putting it to sleep instead. Refusing to stop eating, Snorlax resisted James's hypnosis, the gang's massage, Misty's bedtime story, and Jesse's false claim of being its mother. It wasn't until the gang found Jigglypuff that they finally put Snorlax to bed. As Snorlax fell asleep, Pikachu weakened it with Thunder, allowing Ash to catch it. Before Ash left to continue his Orange Island's journey, it thrilled him to discover that all the trees Snorlax stripped bare would rapidly grow back due to its kaiju-like ability to restore the balance of nature. While Snorlax loved nothing more than to eat and sleep, it ate significantly less with Ash than in the wild, as its Pokeball preserved its energy and Ash seldom exercised it. Though Snorlax occasionally stole Ash's food and ticked off Tracy's Scyther, it loyally followed Ash's orders when awake and aware. To protect Pikachu, for example, Snorlax wrestled a giant Rhydon and Mega Punched it into oblivion. Snorlax only ignored Ash in battle when it thought Gulzar's gloom a tasty treat. Though Gulzar fearfully forfeited, Snorlax didn't go back to sleep until it ate the trainer's flower crown. Since Snorlax's Pokeball broke during the battle, and the nearest Poke Center that could fix it was on the other side of a mountain, Ash made the journey there by dragging Snorlax on logs, tricking it into chasing him, and floating it down a waterfall. Upon arriving at the Poke Center, Team Rocket enraged Snorlax by stealing all the Islanders' food and roughing up Pikachu with the Mecha Meowthinator. While defending its little buddy from Meowth, Snorlax speedily dodged Fury Swipes, deflected Skull Bash, bounced Meowth into Team Rocket, and blasted off the evil trio with Hyper Beam. After winning the battle, Snorlax revealed that while it loved Ash, it loved eating even more. Ash wanted to use Snorlax's incredible strength in the Orange Cup, but its deep slumber forced him to use Tauros instead. While Ash traveled through Johto, Snorlax stayed behind at Oak's lab and made frequent cameos on the telescreen, until rejoining Ash to compete in the Rikishi Town Pokemon Sumo Conference. Though Snorlax slept through its destructive weigh-in and nearly missed the competition, it woke upon hearing the winner would receive a year's supply of Pokemon food. Snorlax easily advanced Ash to the finals by bouncing a Poliwrath and Machamp out of the ring, but almost disqualified him by trying to eat the prize before they won. During the finals, Snorlax battled Rhydon's Feraligatr, the previous year's champion. Feraligatr opened the match by knocking Snorlax off balance, but Snorlax rebounded by elegantly dodging its throw. Showing impressive resilience, Snorlax tanked Feraligatr's many attacks, stood its ground, took a deep breath, and used its massive belly to knock Feraligatr out of the ring. Not only did Snorlax's win earn Ash a year's supply of Pokemon food and a King's Rock, but it also made Ash the first rookie to win the conference. While Snorlax ate the food in seconds, Misty's Poliwhirl later used the King's Rock to evolve into Politoed. Since Ash couldn't afford to feed Snorlax 900 pounds of food per day, he transferred it back to Oak's lab for some rest and relaxation. Snorlax next returned to battle Dragon-type Gym Leader Claire's Kingdra, as Ash believed his Johto team too weak to defeat her high-level Pokemon. Though Snorlax deflected most of Kingdra's attacks, Kingdra struck a heavy blow with Hydro Pump. After diving underwater to avoid Hyper Beam, Snorlax launched a useless Body Slam, leapt into the air, absorbed Hydro Pump, tired Kingdra by withstanding its many attacks, dodged Hyper Beam, and triumphed with Ice Punch. The battle left Snorlax so weak and exhausted that Claire's Gyarados easily overpowered its Hyper Beam, paralyzed it with Dragon Breath, and knocked it out with Hyper Beam. Despite Snorlax's loss, Ash earned the Rising Badge anyway and gained entry to the Johto League. During the league's quarterfinals, Snorlax proved itself a true powerhouse by battling 3 of Gary's Pokemon. After tanking Arcanine's Fire Spin and defeating it with Hyper Beam, Snorlax fought Gary's super strong Nidoqueen, who had previously defeated Ash's Tauros. Nidoqueen inflicted heavy damage with an aerial double kick, but Snorlax dodged its Hyper Beam and beat it with Ice Punch. Its next opponent, Scizor, ended its reign of terror by landing Quick Attack, dodging Hyper Beam, and battering it with Metal Claw. Snorlax's exceptional performance so impressed Ash, he also used it against half of Harrison's team. Though it entered the match asleep and took heavy damage from Hypno's Dream Eater, Snorlax awoke with a fury never seen before and wrecked Hypno with Hyper Beam. After a brief break in its Pokeball, Snorlax returned to the battlefield opposite Harrison's Steelix. Snorlax withstood Steelix's wrath, pummeled it with Ice Punch, and won with Hyper Beam, but then lost to Houndoom, who countered Hyper Beam and returned the blast at twice the power. While Ash journeyed through Hoenn and built a new team from scratch, Oak solved Snorlax's food shortage by inventing a special Pokeblock that amounted to about 660 pounds of Pokemon food when consumed. Ash had hoped to use Snorlax against a wild Snorlax at the Banana Slack-Off Garden, but Professor Oak denied Ash's request as Snorlax had just finished eating. When Ash returned to Pallet Town, Snorlax woke from his mere presence, showing that their bond had deepened significantly since the Orange Cup. While Ash was visiting, Snorlax also met Munchlax and tackled Team Rocket's mech. Soon after Ash left for the Battle Frontier, Snorlax returned as his last hope for victory against Frontier Brain Greta, whose Hariyama had already defeated Grovyle. Hariyama pushed Snorlax to the edge of the battlefield with a series of arm thrusts, but Snorlax incurred no damage due to Protect and struck back with Headbutt. Though Hariyama then broke through Protect with Focus Punch, Snorlax dodged its second assault and won with Ice Punch. Snorlax's next foe, Medicham, smashed Protect with Focus Punch and sent Snorlax flying with High Jump Kick. Snorlax fought back with Hyper Beam, but Medicham dodged the attack, sent Snorlax plummeting to the ground, and froze it solid with Ice Punch. While Medicham tried to crack open the icy prison, Snorlax recovered its health with Rest. Though still fast asleep when the ice broke, Ash's voice caused Snorlax to wake just in time for it to dodge Medicham's High Jump Kick. Because Snorlax then missed Hyper Beam and needed to recharge, Medicham pummeled it with a flurry of Focus Punches. Refusing to let Ash down, Snorlax collected its energy, launched itself upward with Hyper Beam, and won with a full-powered Body Slam. After Ash thanked Snorlax for earning him the Guts symbol, he returned it to Oak's lab where it remained until the Sinnoh League. Before the league began, Team Rocket tried to steal Ash's Pokeballs, causing Snorlax to find itself lost in a kitchen full of delicious food and angry chefs. Though it delighted Snorlax to see Ash and Pikachu again, Ash was less than thrilled to discover that it had rudely eaten much of the league's food supply. Once Ash recovered the rest of his Pokemon, Snorlax sleepily toppled Team Rocket's mech, showing that even when asleep, it was a major threat. During the tournament itself, Snorlax advanced Ash to the third round by body slamming a trainer's Grumpig into submission. After the battle, Snorlax returned to its life of leisure at Oak's lab, where it's remained ever since, only returning for brief cameos. Snorlax won against Ash's Bulbasaur, Ash's Squirtle, Misty's Goldeen, James's Victreebel, Jesse's Arbok, a Giant Rhydon, Golzar's Gloom, Meowth, a Poliwrath, a Machamp, Rhydon's Feraligatr, Claire's Kingdra, Gary's Arcanine, Gary's Nidoqueen, Harrison's Hypno, Harrison's Steelix, Greta's Hariyama, Greta's Medicham, and a Grumpig. It lost to Claire's Gyarados, Gary's Scizor, and Harrison's Houndoom. Over the course of the series, Snorlax used Tackle, Body Slam, Mega Kick, Mega Punch, Headbutt, Hyper Beam, Ice Punch, Protect, and Rest. Snorlax is easily one of Ash's most powerful Pokemon. It's so strong that it's never lost a single battle without first taking out one of its opponents. Beyond its raw power, Snorlax is also insanely speedy, capable of tanking immeasurable damage, and Ash's only Pokemon with the unique ability to use 6 moves in a single battle. While I hope for Snorlax to return in the World Coronation series, only time will tell. And with that, class is adjourned. I'll be back next week to cover a different character from the anime. Make sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you're never late to class. And for extra credit, like this video and let me know your thoughts on Ash's Snorlax. Until next time, catch you later.